Hey guys, so last video I talked about the reasons why I bought the Canon R6, but instead people were very interested as to how the rig was built. This bad boy. So without further ado, let's get into it. But first, let me just say a few things. Rather than me putting every details of everything on the screen, I'm just going to link the description of everything in the description down below so we can go over and find the things that I've used to put together, and hopefully I can help you build the ultimate R6 rig. Also, apologies for any wobbles that might be in the video. I am sitting on carpet. It's pretty hard to get stable footage on carpet, and yeah, today, as you can see, I'm doing some workshop work, so everything is just all over the place, a bit messy, but you get the point. Right, first things first. First thing I'd like to talk about is this is called the SmallRig Universal Camera Base Plate. And this is able to hold the 50mm rods that is needed to set up this rig. There are a few of these, so this was picked based upon my preference. So that is the base plate that I'll be using to fit the rods. And what I've gone and done is that I have added a cheese plate just to give a little bit of a distance between the camera and these nubs here. I've also gone on and added the SmallRig quick release plate, and you're probably wondering why it's this way and not the normal way, and I will explain to you why in a minute once I've put this together. So let me just connect this to my base plate, and it's just literally like that. And the great thing about SmallRig is that everything, it's easily connected just by screws or what have you. So let me just go and connect these, and I'm just lining up the screws, and the screws are here. These screws come with everything. From everything you buy from SmallRig comes prepared. You get Allen keys with it, you get screws with it. So let me just connect these up quickly. So that's nice and tight in there, and like I said, this is the base plate normally that way, but I put it this way for a valid reason, and I will show you exactly why I've done that. So like I said, the cheese plate is just to give it a little bit of a rise between the camera, where the camera will sit, and the rods. This is just preference, you don't have to have that. So let's get that out of the way. Now the next thing I want to talk about is these 15mm rods, and these are 50mm rods around, but these are the 12-inch rods. Now I used to have the 8-inch, but I just felt they were a little bit too small. Now these are the carbon fiber versions, and the reason why I've gone for the carbon fiber is that I felt I got a little bit worried that maybe when I tightened on them they might start bending. So the carbon fiber is a lot more stronger, and then that. And what you want to do is just simply push these through here, and I'm a bit of a perfection freak, so I like to have you know, things pointing the right way, and you just want to kind of balance them out like so. You just want to balance them out like so. Obviously you would fix that later on, like, according to where things would fit, but that is the base setup of the base plate with the rods and the cheese plate. And like I said, I will explain to you why that has been put this way as opposed to sliding that way. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the SmallRig cage, and this cage is specifically designed for the R5 and the R6. I will say though, when using the R5 on this, the rubber, because of the rubbering, the seal for the headphone jacks, and a little bit thick on the R5, you might struggle when you have the HDMI cable clamp on there, which I'll show you in a minute, and I will show you the reason why that HDMI clamp is so good to have. So this is the newer version. As you can see, it comes with a magnet strip here that you can just, Allen key that you can just fit, that fits right in, and that stays in there all the time. So if you need to, you know, tighten things here, make some adjustment, and it does come in handy for other accessories that would be able to fit. Now, the difference between this and the old one is simply they've changed the logo to red, which I wasn't too keen on at the beginning, but I got used to it. And they've added some rubber dampeners, or sorry, not dampeners, but cushions here on the connector points, because people used to complain about the older one, the cameras would get scratched up. So they've put, I don't know if you can see, but they put a little bit of rubber here so you can protect the camera, and there's one in this bit here also to protect the camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and slip the camera into this. So this is the R6. I'm recording the R5 at the moment. So this is the R6, as you can see. And on the R5, these are a little bit thicker. So I will explain to you what I'm talking about in a minute. So you wanna, if you're gonna do headphone recording, plug-in, you wanna open these up first before you put them in the cage, because once you put the HDMI clamp on, they will be hard to access. So you want to open them first, and all you want to do is just slip that on there and just make sure that everything is in the connection point. Then you want to take this out and just give that a nice little tighten up, and you know, try not to over tighten it, but just give it a little tighten up. You know, tuck these away. They're a little bit annoying. I mean, I've been tempted to cut them off, but you know, then it's just more problems if you do that. So I just tuck them away nicely there, so I have nice access to all my ports, because I will explain to you why I did that again. Now, as you can see, the Canon has gone and put a micro HDMI cable in this camera. Don't know why, don't ask me why. And this is what happens when you are recording. I'm just gonna stick this in there just to show you what happens. So this is a good cable, but some cables you do get a lot of play, and trust me, you don't want to be breaking that off when you're out and about and hitting up to people. So this cable here is very, very good. It's very stable. I found it to be one of the tightest cable ever. I've tried loads of different cable, but still I'm very scared to get that snapped off in there. So what I normally do is go on add the HDMI clamp, and this is again specifically designed for that particular cage. And as you can see, it has these little things here that just keeps the cable into place. So what you do is, and that just slides right into here like so, with these little screws. Now be very careful with these tiny screws. And this little guy here is magnetic, so it will help you to get those screws into place. Now, I will say, before you tighten these screws up, before I tighten anything up, is that I normally sort of try to get the cable in there first, and make sure that when you are tightening the cable, you're not forcing it on either side. You want to put that in there first when the cable is somewhat loose, and then you want to just adjust it over until it's just about touching the HDMI cable, so that when you tighten this down, it's not pushing the cable over or anyway, it's just literally just holding it intact. And this is more secure. And then you've got the other one there for your USB-C cables and stuff like that. And this is what I can see. I don't know if you can see here, but you see that little space there? I'll show you now. Why you have to open that. That space there is just big enough to fit your headphone cable into, just like so. But you have to open the cables before you do that. Now, I also have a NATO rail slide here, which you don't have to have, but that is where I will attach my side handle onto, which I will show you later on in the video. Okay, so this is the cable setup, and as you can see, with this on here, you're not able to get the flex on this. If that's something to you, then you take that off and you run the HDMI cable, but just be wary that you might bend it open. For me, it doesn't bother me because I'm using an external monitor, so I don't really need to have that angle on the monitor, the screen. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my camera And like I said to you, the reason why I have that to the side is because you can just slide that in there, and you have, rather than putting another one on top, you just have that in there and you just, you know, tighten that down. You know, there is you can rebalance that later once you add the lens and everything else onto that. So this is, you know, my camera on the rail, and this is why I have the rail, so I can tighten that down and, you know, being able to move the camera from side to side. So I'm just gonna go and connect my lens now, because you can't put it's very difficult to put and at the moment I'm using a 50mm by 6 by the art lenses. And the reason why you put the lens on after is because you can't fit the camera into the cage with the lens on. It doesn't work. So next I want to talk about the top handle, and again there are two versions of this. There is one with the horseshoe clip that you just stick into there's one where you just stick into the camera itself, but this one comes with the airy holes. And what I'd like to do is just stick that, as you can see the holes in here, place it on top of that, give it a nice little tighten. Just put that back in there for a minute so I don't lose it, because these things are easy to just get forgotten. And again, comes with a nice little Allen key that just magnetize inside there, like so. Let me show you. Magnet, like so. Just take that out and just give it a little tighten. Now don't over tighten things, just give it a nice little tighten. Then you stick that in so that you don't lose it. And as you can see, there's got multi-connection on here. Now you can either stick your monitor on top of there or stick it off the front. Now I like to stick it a little bit off the front, and with that I'm going to the next thing I'll be connecting is the monitor, SmallRig monitor holder, and this is with the airy pins. It's these pins, I can't stress how great it is to have these pins to, you know, just to make things a little bit more solid. And again, you have to just give it a nice little tighten with your Allen key, and that is it for the monitor stuff. Now we're going to let's talk about this beautiful Mattbox Mini by SmallRig again. Like I said to you, every single item in this video is pretty much by SmallRig for my rig. So this is the I'll show you the Mattbox Mini. Supports all multiple 4x5.6 filters. It's gorgeous. Look at it. Whew. I went for the carbon, well, I think you get carbon fiber with it, but this is the smaller version there is a bigger one, but this is a smaller version, which is perfect for, you know, the setup I have. I didn't want to go for the big bit. With this you get, sorry for the mess on the table, but I wanted this to be very authentic. You know, when you're building your rig, you are going to have a messy table. It's not clean like other videos. So you get 4 ring adapters with this. You get the 95 down to 67. You get a 95, 82, 95, 77, and if I can get this out, 95, 72. Now the smaller number is your lens size, and then the outer rim is to fit the matte box. So these are all 95 in terms of the outer side, but then the inside's a different size. Today I'm going to be using the 77 because on my 50mm that's what it uses. Right, and I'm just gonna slap that onto my camera like so. Just be careful, it's nice and, you know, you can easily misthread your lens, so just be very careful. And then I'm just going to put the matte box on there. And the great thing about this is if you look here, well, on this lens anyway, I've got a white line, and I just line that up. So let me tighten up with the hand so you can see what I'm doing. Tighten that up there, and there you go. Nice little, you know, matte box. And the great thing about these matte box is that it allows you to still put filters on top in the front of it. which is great because I do use a Pro Mist filter on most of my recording just to take away some of that digital, and at the same time you can slide, you know, filters in between, but I don't really do that much. I just stick with the Pro Mist filter there, which I love so much. Now once I've got the matte box tightened down, and I'm happy with that, what I like to do before I carry on is I've flipped that on the side so you can see what I'm doing. Here I have in my hand, this is a SmallRig support rod for the matte box. So this is perfect because rather than slipping it on, you just slip that in there, and this just helps you to center the matte box, or you know, just to keep everything sort of rigid, I guess, you know. As you can see, it's a little bit back, which I don't mind. I don't want to keep everything to the edge of the lenses. I like to keep, you know, just to give a nice little support, and then you just tighten that down. And this in the front, this one here, I'll show you, is to, that one there, is to just, because this moves to side to side, is to just move that from side to side. But before you do that, I would loosen that up a bit and make sure that it's, you know, it is centered, which is great because that gives you the ability to center your camera at the back before you tighten everything up. And that's, as you can see, that is, my matte box is now secure. My camera is a little bit more, you know, rigid, and we are ready to go. The next thing I want to talk about is the power supply. Now, there are tons of, this is a V-mount battery, and as you can see, the power output on this is 6600 milliamp, 14.8 volt, 91 watts per hour battery. Now, I didn't buy this because I think it was the best. I bought this because it was perfect for what I needed it for. The price was good, and I preferred it. You can get smaller ones, but I felt that this would have given my rig a bit more of a balance. You get a USB port out, and you get a D-tap out. Now you can plug this straight into your Optimus Ninja because it does output the same voltage as the Optimus Ninja, but this is also used to charge this battery, the D-tap. What you need is a V-mount plate, and what I've got here is a V-mount plate, again by SmallRig, that, as you can see, it gives me the ability to break down the power output from the battery. So I got an 8-volt, which I will run to the camera battery, and I don't really use this because I don't have anything that requires 12 volt. I use this sometimes to power my Raven Eye at USB, or if I need to charge my phone, I can just plug it in there if I'm out and about. And this is to power my Optimus Ninja V, and this is a power button that you can switch on and off the power. So it's a perfect little setup to break the power. And how you do it, you just slip that on there and you push that in there like so. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and slap that, and as you can see, let me put that on the side again so you can see how we're working, is that I want to just slide that in there. And this arm, you can get an arm that just one about here and just tighten it up there. And you do the same on the other side. Yeah. This arm, as you can see, has a flexible arm. Now you can get ones to just sit up straight, but I think it's great where you have an arm where you can just, you know, I think it allows you to balance the rig better when you can move the arm. And what I like to do is, in this instant, is that I like to flip the screen out. So let me take that screen out. I should have done that before, but yeah, anyway, you get the idea. Flip that out and turn it this way. So I have a screen on the side, and then I like to just flip that back in, and there you have it. That's how I set up the rig to fit. Now let's talk about cables. So this is the cable that will connect to the Optimus Ninja. So this would go into the D-tap. Let me just bring that over here again. Sorry, apologize guys. So this would go straight into the D-tap here, like so. Let's put that over there so you can see. push that into, and then this connector will go into your Optimus Ninja's adapter. So this is the dummy battery adapter for the Optimus Ninja, which comes in the Optimus Ninja when you buy it, but you can buy them online. So this bit will go into here once connected to the Optimus Ninja, and you will just sort of, you know, push that in. So now, let's put that here. Apologies for that. Now I have here a dummy adapter for the Canon R6, and this again is by SmallRig. Let's fit this. So what you want to do is you want to open the camera door like so, and you just want to take that battery out. Let's add a battery in there. You want to feed this. Look, I've actually stuck that in there because it just gets on my nerves sometimes, so it's just stuck in there, and you want to feed that into, you want to push out the bit on the camera here, because you know there's like a rubbery bit there, and you want to just feed that in there like you would a normal battery. Just slip that in there and just feed that through that opening and close that up so everything is flush, and you notice the wire is coming to the front. Now you want to run that. I will do some wire tidying up later, and you want to run that into your 8-volt output, not the 12, guys, 8. Otherwise you'll fry your camera, and I will not be held responsible for you frying your camera. Okay, so that goes into that. So once I have my powers cable sorted, the next thing I want to go and do is I want to go and now connect my HDMI cable. I am going to just put my HDMI cable in there, and I'm just going to give that a little tight nut. Like I told you, don't over tighten things. And then all my cables are just all over the place at the moment. It's a bit messy, but I'll be using these Velcro straps to do all my cable tying, and you can buy these on Amazon. Again, they come in a bunch of, you know, they come like, you know, a whole bunch. This is a SmallRig NATO push button quick release side handle. This is for right hand only. Unfortunately, they don't do this one. They do a lot of them, but they don't do this one for a left hand just yet. This is the right hand version, but they do have some SmallRig handles which you can put on either side of the camera. This one comes with a Allen key if you need to, and the great thing about this is that there's a little button here, which you press down, and you can angle it if you want. You get a hot shoe on here, you get a strap holder, and you get just some screws to fit. That's what I said I love about SmallRig, is that it just comes like, it's like Technic Lego. You can just fit loads of different things to it. And what you want to do is just slide this on there like that on the side handle, and you can adjust the height of where you want it. I kind of like it a little bit lower so I can, you know, have some more grip on the camera. So there you have it there, guys. It's just there like so. That's the there you go. That's a SmallRig handle, and if you press that button that I showed you earlier, you can, you know, you can angle this as opposed to turning the camera up and straining your hand. So it allows you to give the rig different angles without having to strain your hand. Let's connect this beautiful 5-inch screen by Optimus Ninja. So first things first is that you want to put your power adapter in so that you're not fiddling with that later, and it's just simple slip in however you want. Now after that, you want to just connect your screen here. Sorry, it's getting a bit tall now, so you guys probably can't see what's happening, but yeah, you just screw that in there like so, and that moves like that. And you then want to connect the power. You want to then connect this guy here. Just move that. You want to connect this guy here into like so, and that's it. So now that you're connected to, and if you find that this is a little bit too loose, you can always tighten stuff up using, you know, a lot of the Allen keys are universal, and they will work in however you need them to work. You want to just stick your HDMI cable on the input, which you know already. You want to put your battery power on, that button again. So let's turn that over. Battery power on, and everything can switch on. So let's put everything on. And there you have it, guys. As you can see, my top-down screen for the setup, and this is my rig. Now, let's put this on the side like so you guys can sort of see. What I do like to do with this setup, and put that there like so you can see it properly, is I like to then add a, I don't have it with me and I don't want to leave, but you can put, because of this bit here, it does sit sort of back. So what I like to do is I like to put like my grip here so that it will give it a little bit of a stand. And I don't have that with me like right here, so I don't want to leave the frame to come back to put it in, but you get the point. It's nice to just have a leg. You can put anything under there to keep it standing. Now, for my cable management, like I said to you, I like to just put, I like to put things in place. So I would be using these beautiful Velcro clips to do all my cable management. So I'd like to just use this as it is. Rig done. And like I said, if I need to, then add a mic, I have got a mic. I have got a space for a mic here. If I need to add a Rode mic to it, or any kind of microphone, it's just, you've got space for a mic there. If you wanted to add a mic to it, like so. I mean, it is tight. But I don't normally use the mic on board, or you can have the mic here, but it's affected when you change angles on the stick. So I normally just use a wireless mic setup on it. Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoy that video, and hopefully it will help you guys put your ultimate R6 rig together. Once again, thank you so much for supporting this channel and helping me continue to bring content like this to you guys. If you're new here, peace. And if you're a subscriber, a continuing subscriber, you know how I feel about you. Stay blessed. One love.